Hey guys, it's me R316 again. In this video, I'm gonna be answering some, Q&A questions. My friend Oliver right here, he's gonna ask me any questions he has about the Bible and about God, and I'm gonna let God work through me so that I can maybe help him with his questions and try to answer them. Oliver, you want to introduce yourself?
Okay. So as he said, I'm his cousin. My name is Oliver, and I'm gonna be helping him out today.
All right, Oliver, what questions do you have for us?
Okay, the first question is, why did God die on the cross for us?
Excellent question, Oliver. That's a really good question. Okay, so the reason why God died for us, or why Jesus died for us, was because, okay, so let me go, okay. It says here in Romans 3:23 that all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So basically what it's saying here is that everyone has messed up in their life. Everyone's said a lie. Everyone's done something bad and broken God's law. And Jesus came so that we can have a chance to be with God. Because God is holy. I hear it all the time. God is loving. Okay, there's nothing against that. God is loving, but He's also holy and justice. He can't let sin go unpunished. Okay, God is not some angry God who's just gonna condemn you. No, He has to do what He has to do. But He's also loving, and the reason why He's loving is He shows it here in John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on Him should not perish but have everlasting life. And basically, Jesus came and lived the perfect life that no one else could live. And He humbled Himself, though He was God. He was God, and He humbled Himself. And He took me in your place, right? I mean, He took our place on the cross. He took all of God's punishment, and He died so that we can be reconciled with God. And that's why Jesus died for us, is because in order to give us a chance, and because He's merciful and He's a loving God. All right, next question, Oliver.
Second question, why do we have church and people go to it every day?
Okay, so why do we have church and why do people go to it every day?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why we have church, okay, is because, well, here in Genesis, if I can find the page, so we know God created everything, right? And on the seventh day, He rested, right? He rested. Okay, so the reason why God rested was, it not necessarily like, He slept or, took a break, but it's like He ceased to create things, right? Like He ceased to, make everything. That's the day He stopped and looked at His creation and said, it's good. So God sanctified that day to be holy so that people on that day would honor Him and, not to go to work, or, not like to honor Him that day. That day was special for Jesus, for God, And that's why we have churches, because it's a way of, us coming together as believers and to worship God and to have fellowship with one another to glorify God. That's why we have church. All right, so next question.
Next question is, why has God never sinned until that day?
Why has what?
God never sinned until that day.
Okay, so the reason why God doesn't sin is because we all know God is holy and He's perfect. Therefore, He can't sin. It's written that, it was written, I think, in, don't quote me on this, but it says somewhere in the Word that Jesus knew no sin but became sin for us. So in that, Jesus didn't sin at all. It says that He did not sin. He was tempted in every way, but He didn't sin. So the reason it says He became sin for us is because He took our punishment. That's what it means. But God doesn't sin because God is holy. He's perfect. He's loving. He is good. And in Him there is no darkness, for He is light. Okay, next question.
Next question is, why was God not there when they removed the ball stones? the round.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about when Jesus said, my God, why have thou forsaken me?"
Yeah.
That part. Okay, so this is a really hard topic to go on. Okay, so Jesus, when he was, on the cross, he quoted Psalms 22. I'm pretty sure Psalms 22. He quoted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" Now, this is all on how, it's supposed to be interpreted, right? You could say there like, oh, God left Jesus, which I don't think is the case because, well, it's not about what I think. It's about what's written. And God never left Jesus because, remember when Jesus said, "I and the Father are one," right?
Yeah.
So the Father never left Jesus. But it's a really hard question to tackle. I can't really, say it of my own because it's what's written in the Word. But the best I can tell you is that God never leaves anyone. But I'm saying it's a hard question. The best I can tell you is that Jesus is God, and it's man, kids have good questions. But God never leaves you, okay? Keep that there. Jesus took our punishment, but remember that he's in God. Alright. Or he's with God. Sorry. Okay. Last question, Oliver?
Okay, this ain't a question, but I'm gonna say this. Christmas ain't about presents. It's about Jesus. It's when we celebrate his birthday.
See, that's what we should be looking for. The same with Easter too, because Easter, people think it's the,
It's just for
finding
candy.
eggs and all that stuff. The Easter Bunny, guys, it's not. It's about glorifying God, and every day should be about glorifying God. Whether in anything you do, it says that whatever you do, whether it's eating or drinking, the most simple things, do it for the glory of God. Right, Oliver?
Yeah.
Alright, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and God bless you, and don't ever forget, God loves you.